Hi people, dance pop artist Roosevelt Young Romance album review in my opinion. So track 1, Take Me Back, a very interesting track here and a very good way to start the album. I love the hunting chorus that had a very danceable song and a very catchy rhythm. There are no mistakes in the beginning of the album, on the contrary, it's an excellent way to keep interest on what is coming. Track 2, Under the Sun. The album remains catchy, this time with more guitar and piano sounds, dance from beginning to end. Roosevelt doesn't move away from the interest it causes at any time. Great combination of disco and electronic music, it's an awesome track. Track 3, Your Love. If you like dance music, this album will definitely get your attention because it doesn't get away from what it needs to deliver, and maybe this song falls into something simpler, but it's still a good song that works perfectly. There are no big surprises here anyway. Track 4, Illusions. I love the atmosphere that the sounds used in this song generate. In that sense, there is a creativity that is maintained during the album. The melodies are still attractive and catchy, maybe not so daring, but they still work perfectly within the record, and clearly some interesting changes remain within the song. Track 5, Losing Touch. Already at this point, you notice more pop than anything else. It's somewhat different from the rest so far, but in a very light way. It's not a big surprise, and in that sense I think it doesn't do justice to what had happened with the previous tracks. It's not a bad song, but it's not a creative one either. Track 6, Pangea. With a very catchy melody in the introduction, we return to the more danceable side. Like the presence of the guitar, and the changes of course are great. It's an awesome track, nothing to say about it. Track 7, Lucia. I really like what Roosevelt does with his chords at times when I couldn't say I knew what to expect. Those are very interesting changes that always attract attention. Anyway, this song doesn't sound very different from the rest, and somehow it shows a formula already used a lot in the album. Great song anyway. Track 8, Better Days. This is the quietest moment of the whole album so far, and a very interesting change in the direction that took the record, slowing down the trip at a very appropriate time. I love the instrumental bridge of this song and generally hit the spot. Track 9, Shadows. Back to the dance, more guitar presence, and great that is not so suddenly the change because it helps a lot to the transition from one song to the other. The melody manages to be attractive again, and the song complies with what it expected from this album. Still awesome. Track 10, Last to Know. Another track that works well, that has good sounds and follows a formula that already seems to be the mark of this album, but that doesn't manage to surprise beyond what has already been heard, and in that sense it doesn't deliver any surprise more than the satisfaction of a striking sound that works but doesn't progress beyond being friendly. Track 11, Forgive. Somehow this song has an interesting sound that is quite recurring at the same time. It seems that already at this height of the record there are no many surprises that we can find, and it seems almost as if the creativity of the album has been exhausted. Pretty fun ending though. Track 12, Getaway. And the last song seems to want to recover the feeling that left the first with its haunting changes of chords, but that doesn't make it work clearly in the same way. I don't feel it was a great way to close the album, but to fulfill somehow in time maybe. It's not a great song, and it seems like the record was falling to the end. I give this album a total of 8.1. All the details in the description. Have you heard this album? What is your opinion about it? Subscribe for more content, and bye.